1. San Diego veteran Nick Kimmel on overcoming adversity and competing in the 2025 US Adaptive Open. 2. Inspiring journey, Jacob Huber's path to the US Adaptive Open. 3. Inspiring golfer Andrew Austen, overcoming disability in sports. 4. Chesterfield's Jason Hasty competes in USGA Adaptive Open. Virginia golfer's inspiring journey. 1. San Diego veteran Nick Kimmel on overcoming adversity and competing in the 2025 US Adaptive Open. Ready to be inspired by a story of sheer determination and the power of never giving up? This is the journey of Nick Kimmel, a Marine Corps veteran from San Diego who discovered a profound reason to keep swinging at the golf course, even after losing 3 limbs while serving our country. But here's where it gets really interesting. Nick isn't just playing golf casually. He's gearing up for the 2025 US Adaptive Open, proving that with passion, persistence, and a bit of creativity, no obstacle is too great. Nick's relationship with golf. For Nick, golf started as a childhood hobby. He began swinging a club at around 5 or 6 years old. In the golf world, being a scratch golfer, someone who can consistently play at or near even par, takes years of dedication and talent, and Nick had earned that high-level skill before his military service. Golf was woven into the fabric of his life, a constant companion in his morning routine and a beloved pastime with friends. A life-changing moment. Everything shifted in 2011 when Nick stepped on an improvised explosive device, IED, while deployed in Afghanistan. The resulting blast took both of his legs and one arm, forever altering what he believed was possible. In those early months following his injury, Nick felt that golf was behind him, something he could no longer enjoy or excel at because of the severe physical toll he had endured. But here's where it gets controversial. Some people might assume that a hobby like golf becomes completely out of reach when you're facing such significant physical challenges. Nick, however, has defied those expectations in a big way. Rediscovering the love for the game. Initially, Nick distanced himself from the sport. He avoided watching tournaments, skipped out on hitting the driving range, and tried not to think about what he was missing. Yet over time, he experienced a gradual shift in perspective. The pull of the game he had once loved was too strong to ignore. With the help of adaptive sports programs and a personal drive to push the limits, Nick returned to the green. He found creative ways to play with just one arm, refining his swing to match his new physical reality. Little by little, he regained his stride. Today, he not only competes but also delivers powerful drives that amaze fans and supporters alike. Looking ahead to 2025. The 4th annual US Adaptive Open will take place from July 7th to 9th in 2025. It celebrates adaptive athletes from many different backgrounds who showcase that physical challenges need not hinder competitive performance. It's a hub of inspiring stories, and Nick Kimmel will be right in the mix. Nick says there's a special feeling at these events, a collective spirit where each participant brings unique strengths, advocating for the idea that we are all still relevant, no matter what we've been through. For Nick, the journey to this championship is about a lot more than just a golf score. It underscores resilience, community, and the chance to show others what they can accomplish if they simply keep moving forward. A message for everyone. Nick firmly believes in looking forward and letting hard work speak for itself. He's quick to remind people that genuine commitment and persistent effort can lead to remarkable outcomes, even if the path there looks different than you once expected. And this is the part most people miss. Isn't Nick's story also a reminder that we sometimes underestimate ourselves or others who face extraordinary challenges? Is there a stance you hold about how society views disability and athletic competition? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you agree that stories like Nick's can change perspectives on who can succeed in sports? Or do you see a different angle? Let us know in the comments. Copyright 2025 Scripps Media Incorporated. All rights reserved. This material may not be published, broadcast, rewritten, or redistributed. Sign up for the Breaking News newsletter to get up-to-date information delivered right to your inbox. 2. Inspiring journey, Jacob Hubber's path to the US Adaptive Open. From tragedy to triumph, how one athlete's resilience is redefining the game. Jacob Hubber's journey is nothing short of extraordinary, a story of perseverance, reinvention, and the power of perspective. You might remember him from his high school hockey highlights, but today, he's making waves on the golf course in a way no one could have predicted. And this is the part most people miss. His path to the US Adaptive Open wasn't just about skill, it was about rewriting his own story. Hubber's life took a dramatic turn 6 years ago when a train-hopping accident cost him his left arm and leg, leaving him as a double amputee. The experience was harrowing. He vividly recalls crawling to a nearby home, breaking in to call for help. But here's where it gets controversial. Instead of letting the accident define him, Hubber chose to see it as a turning point. "I still have my whole life ahead of me," he says. "I can't let that define me. I need to move on and continue to try to do better on the next hole." His philosophy? Life, like golf, is about salvaging what you can from the challenges you face. What's truly remarkable is how the accident led him back to golf, and not just as a casual player. With the support of friends who helped him adapt his swing, Hubber discovered he was better than ever. Golf and an accident like that kind of go hand in hand, he reflects. His friends, both left-handed, brought clubs to experiment with, and Hubber found his rhythm swinging right-hand. It's a testament to adaptability and the unexpected opportunities that arise from adversity. Now, Hubber is set to compete against 95 athletes from 10 different countries at the US Adaptive Open, representing North Dakota as its sole competitor. His journey raises an important question: how much of success is about raw talent, and how much is about the mindset to overcome obstacles? Some might argue that Hubber's story is an exception, but others see it as proof that resilience can rewrite the rules of what's possible. What do you think? Is his success a rare exception, or a blueprint for others facing similar challenges? Share your thoughts in the comments. 3. Inspiring golfer Austen, overcoming disability in sports. Imagine being told you can't do something simply because you're different. For golfer Austen, this wasn't just an imaginary scenario but a reality he faced every day. Born without part of his right arm, Andrew could have let that stop him from pursuing his dreams. Instead, he chose to use it as a stepping stone to greatness. Growing up in Radnor, Andrew's love for sports was as natural as his athletic ability. Soccer, basketball, baseball, and golf, he excelled at them all, even with just one hand. It wasn't easy, but Andrew saw it as an opportunity to prove people wrong, to show the world that having one less limb doesn't mean you're one step behind. But here's where it gets controversial. How often do we underestimate people based on their physical abilities? Andrew's story challenges us to rethink our assumptions. And this is the part most people miss. It's not just about overcoming physical limitations, it's about breaking down mental barriers. Andrew's journey didn't stop at sports. After graduating with a degree in business administration, he rediscovered golf, a sport he had dabbled in as a child. Now, he's the 8th-ranked adaptive golfer in the nation, ready to compete in the prestigious US Adaptive Open. But what's even more inspiring is Andrew's mission to empower others. He uses social media to share his story, showing that anything is possible. His Instagram and TikTok accounts have amassed thousands of followers, and his message is simple yet powerful. Just because you don't have 4 limbs doesn't mean you can't do everything else. But let's pause for a moment. How many of us have stared at someone with a disability, wondering what they're capable of? Andrew's parents taught him to see himself as no different from anyone else. It's a lesson that stayed with him, even as he's faced curious stares. And this is where we invite you to join the conversation. What's your take on Andrew's story? Do you agree that we often underestimate people with disabilities? Or do you think we've come a long way in embracing diversity? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Austen isn't just a golfer, he's a beacon of hope and inspiration. His story is a reminder that we are all capable of more than we think, and that sometimes, the biggest challenge isn't physical, but mental. Let's celebrate difference, not fear it. Let's embrace the extraordinary in the ordinary. As Andrew prepares to compete with the best adaptive golfers in the world, he's not just playing for himself. He's playing for every person who's ever been told they can't. And that, my friends, is a game worth watching. 4. Chesterfield's Jason Hasty competes in USGA Adaptive Open. Virginia golfer's inspiring journey. Imagine facing life's toughest challenges with one hand, literally. Jason Hasty of Chesterfield, Virginia, isn't just overcoming obstacles, he's redefining what's possible in the world of adaptive sports. This week, he'll join 95 elite athletes at the USGA Adaptive Open Golf Championship in Rockville, Maryland, a tournament celebrating resilience and innovation in golf. /N/N born with a congenital condition that limited the development of his left hand, Hasty has climbed to the top 5 ranks of adaptive golfers nationwide, a feat that blends raw talent with relentless determination. For him, this event isn't just about competition, it's a milestone. "This is the first time my parents and daughters will watch me play in a real tournament," he shared, voice thick with emotion. "Having my family there, seeing me not just as a golfer but as someone who's fought to be here, that's overwhelming in the best way." /N/N But here's what makes Jason's story truly remarkable. He's the sole representative from Central Virginia and one of only 2 competitors hailing from the entire state. While others might focus on the physical challenges he's overcome, Hasty's journey sparks a deeper conversation. Shouldn't adaptive sports receive the same spotlight as traditional athletics? After all, these athletes aren't just playing differently, they're reimagining the game itself. /N/Nan This is where opinions often clash. Do we celebrate adaptive athletes enough, or do their stories remain sidelined until a viral moment demands attention? Hasty's presence on this national stage forces us to confront that question. His swing, adapted to work with his unique physiology, isn't just a technical marvel, it's a symbol of how barriers crumble when passion meets persistence. /N/N As the tournament tees off, golf fans might find themselves wondering, will spectators see a competitor defined by his disability, or a champion whose skill transcends labels? Share your thoughts. Does adaptive sports coverage still have miles to go, or is this kind of progress enough for now? Leave a comment and join the debate.